Hello everyone and welcome to today's episode or video. Today we are going to be playing the possibly the greediest mono black list that you've seen in quite a while, and it's going to be in a standard best of one list, of course, with average converted mana cost 2.8, 14 creatures, 21 non-creatures, and 25 lands. Now, we're going to try to incorporate a bit of everything here, and we're going to be a tiny bit greedy about it, right? As you can see, there are a lot of one-offs, and it's the only way for you to be very, very greedy in a list like this, because there's just no room, right? So we are playing the Shambling Ghast Eye Twitch, the Dispute package, of course, because that's the best mono black, right? The mono black that has this package. We're also playing Felstinger for an extender for Deadly Dispute as our 5th and 6th card draw copy here. Of course, we have a lot of value within this list as well, but Felstinger here benefits off of these tiny creatures. We're playing discard as well within Acquisitions Expert, and playing 2 Blood Chief Stirs, 2 Meat Hooks, 2 Grass, right? We're playing 1 Soul Shatter, 1 Long Reach of Night, and as you can see, the Long Reach of Night, Soul Shatter, and Acquisitions Expert are mainly here for Tier Grid, so it's a tiny package here for Tier Grid. That's our, I guess, Tier Grid package within Mono Black. We're also playing a small Planeswalker package within Sorin, Loth, and Professor Onyx. We are playing Blood on the Snow as well, so I tried to incorporate mostly every version of Mono Black in one list, so that's what I came up with. Blood on the Snow, 4 Invoke Despairs, Tier Grid, Loth, Sorin, and Long Reach of Night. But don't worry, if you're looking at this list and you're seeing like 3 Planeswalkers and you're like, well, that's a nightmare, right? If my Planeswalkers die, they just die, right? No, well, that's why I'm playing 4 Eye Twitch and 3 Shambling Ghast, because I'm relying heavy on my Confront the Past to get them back, and my Blood on the Snow as well. And we're also going to be relying on Mascot Exhibition, Necrotic Fumes to sacrifice something like an Acquisitions Expert to remove something or exile something, mainly a Planeswalker. Especially in a mirror match, this card is very, very good. 2 Environmental Science is very straightforward for the mana base here. And we also are running Takenuma here to basically channel it and get our Planeswalkers back. So very straightforward, very greedy list in my opinion. A list that is trying to have a bit of everything in a single list is kind of too greedy, right? There are, I think, better ways to go about a mono black list, but for me, I just want to play something different, something that I haven't done before, certainly, which is to have everything in one list. And you have discard, you have sacrifice, you have planeswalkers, you have Blood on the Snow, you have card draw, you have a bit of everything, and you have a lot of things. So the list can grind, and against creature lists, you're just farming them all day, right? All day. The only matchup you'll really struggle with is the mirror match, right? Because if you're playing against a heavy Blood on the Snow deck, and by heavy I mean they're running 4 Blood on the Snow, 4 Loth, 4 Sorin, and 4 Onyx. If they're running 4 of each of these planeswalkers, 4 Invoke Despair, I faced a list like that. They ran exactly 4 of everything, right? 4 Loth, 4 Invoke, 4 Sorin, 4 Onyx, and 4 Blood on the Snow. That list you'll just never beat. Like, seriously, because you're playing slow, right? And they're playing slow as well. So they can resolve all these planeswalkers and just hold and just get ultimate value off of them, right? They can draw every turn with them. They can attack you with the little creatures they make. You just can't beat a deck like that. Even if you have your own Blood on the Snow, they have more. So you wipe their planeswalkers, they wipe your planeswalkers, they get them back, you re-wipe their planeswalkers, and so on and so on. So if you want to make this significantly good against, I guess, the mirror match, then you'd probably want to run, like, you'd probably want to cut Tier Grid, because Tier Grid is kind of, I mean, it's good against the mirror match, but it's not as good as something like an Invoke Despair, you know what I mean? So if you want to make room for like more planeswalkers, you'd want to cut Tier Grid, because that's like the only option or the better option here to cut. So for me, I like this list. I don't really play against a lot of mirror matches, and some of them are different. Some of them are just discard, and the discard ones are just, they're whatever, right? You're just going to keep drawing, and if you resolve a planeswalker, you're just going to keep getting value off of that planeswalker, so discard is just irrelevant against you. But the heavy Blood on the Snow is the one you lose to. Other than that, the list has been performing insanely well. I've been really loving how the list does. Try it out, let me know what you think, and with that being said, enjoy the video. Also, support the channel in any way. I've been trying my best to make it as fresh as possible until we reach our, the new set, the rotation. I'm very excited for that. We're going to be covering the the entire new set. So I'm trying to stick by standard here as long as I could. As of course, when this new set comes out, we're going to be covering everything that has to do with the new set. And I think the first day of the new set, I'm going to be streaming the entire day, just so we can like figure out the new cards together and new strategies and stuff like that, right? Also, so yeah, thank you so much for everyone that's been supporting the channel. I truly appreciate your support. Thank you for everyone that's been booking your coaching sessions. It helps me out greatly, and I hope I've been helping you out in a great way. Of course, if you'd ever want to book your coaching session, and that's for new players or players that haven't played for years, you can hit me up or private message me on Discord to book your appointment, and we can go from there. Also, support the channel by becoming a patron. It'll go a very, very, very long way. And join the channel if that's another way of support, I guess. You know, you can join the channel and then we can start streaming every day if we reach 200 members. With that being said, thank you guys so much again, and enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys later with another video. Okay, bye. Okay, this is pretty good. I'm gonna keep this. I like this a lot, actually. It's always a good hand when you have Shambling Ghast and Deadly Dispute, right? We are playing Blood on the Snow, which is surprising for me. I'm never the type to really play Blood on the Snow, but I think it's very interesting, to say the least. But alright, no attacks. Let's see what happens. Not gonna want to attack, you never know. Yeah, they are playing green. Leonin War Scribe, sure. Alright, let's kill that. I don't really want to ramp into anything. I mean, I could have ramped into a... Well, I guess I still have the Meat Hook Massacre, right? Yeah, we can pass holding up another Deadly Dispute. That's pretty good for us, I think. Yeah, they've got nothing. If you don't have creatures in those Magecraft decks, then you just lost the game. Sure. We target ourselves, we make a treasure. Just gonna constantly draw cards. I'm gonna play the Eye Twitch here, just to get it down. Then we're gonna pass. Yeah, it's terrible for a Magecraft deck when you don't actually have creatures. Yeah. I mean, it's open season for the Onyx, right?
Really want to fight me? That's cute.
That's pretty good.
Let's go digging.
That's actually really good. I mean, what are they gonna do now? It's just too easy, right? The only way you beat these Magecraft decks is if you actually kill their creatures. Sure. Let's see if they want to sacrifice. They'll probably end up discarding anyway, but if they don't sacrifice, which they probably won't, we just kill it with the Onyx, right? Because they can't target it. They're gonna have to sacrifice it, right? Navinda is like our worst nightmare.
Looks like you flunked out. Mwah.
Sure. Just gonna keep passing here. That's fine. Getting this creature big means absolutely nothing. Yeah. See if they want to discard or sacrifice. They'll probably end up discarding here. But they discarded another one, sure. Let's take a look with our Onyx here. It has to be tier grid for me.
I have impeccable study habits.
Now I'm gonna play Acquisitions Expert as well. See what happens. They'll probably discard like a land or like a non-land like protection. I mean, that's all they have in their hand anyway. Yeah, they had a pretty decent hand, but we dissected it pretty well. Okay, all in, of course, because if they block the Fell Stinger, that's pretty good for us, right? Of Of course they don't want to. You can just jump with the expert here. So that's pretty good. Okay, yeah, they can just invest on it. It doesn't really matter that much, to be honest. Seems like they're dead. Yeah, they choose black, sure. Kill the Onyx. And then what? It's not like I'm really in need of the Onyx. Next turn we swing back and we just win.
I'll be in my office.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, they're always going to hold up protection here, which is fine. It's apparent. Okay, that's 7 damage over here. They have to block the Felstinger, or else it's game. Unless they have a Tamiyo's safekeeping, which can keep them alive, of course. Yeah. Take the block, opponent. Take the block. Good game indeed. That's pretty good. GG's. We're just gonna target them with the drain. Nice. Alright. Keep this as well. Shambling Ghast. That's a potential turn 3 Invoke Despair, to be honest. Which is pretty good. Yeah, that's a potential turn 3 Invoke Despair. Oh, they're playing 4 colors? Sure. Let's just go for it. At the very least, we'll be making some mana here. Yeah, they can Jwari this, like, I don't really care about it, but... Is it going to be control? Who knows? Really? Sure. Let's see what we're playing against here. I have no clue what they're playing, to be honest. Celestis is fine. Let's just counter this before it resolves. They might have like a... What would it be? I have no clue. Let's just fire these off, right? Draw some cards. Alright, so far it's something. If they resolve a Planeswalker or something, that's pretty good. Lethal Form Engine. You just get rid of the lands here. Xanthar, sure. I think I go for the Onyx first.
Under my tutelage, even you can master death.
Yeah. I think we go for the Onyx first, just for the sake of the drain of the Invoke Despair here. I'm not sure Onyx is gonna survive, but if she does, then we can drain them even more, right? Yeah. It's not likely for the Professor Onyx to survive here, but at the same time, it's okay. They've got to play with Lethal Form Engine, sure. I wonder what they're up to. The list seems terribly slow. Just super, super slow. Sure. See what they got. We drew a ton of lands, that's for sure. But I mean, they're down to 1 life. Oh, it's a Tarask. Okay. They actually did cast that. Wow. Nice. Okay. Sure. They had Tarask mana. It's very interesting. You can probably buy the Onyx back and do something, right? Gotta confront the past, sure. Has Ward 10. That's like the most impressive play they've made all game. We also have the Hive. GG's. That's pretty good. Yeah, the deck is too slow, right? That's the issue. Can't play slow decks like these on the ladder. GG's. Alright, a ton of lands. No utility. I mean, we have removal, we have Blood on the Snow, and we have 4 out of 6 lands. How bad can it be? I really want to mulligan this because it's just too empty of a hand. We don't have a lot of impact in the game, but at the same time we have 4 out of 6 lands for Blood on the Snow, which is not relevant, to be honest, because there are just multiple ways to combat this card. Yeah, if we're playing against Izzet, that's a bad hand. But now it's pretty good, I guess. Okay. So, I Twitch, I guess? Can we even reach to the Blood on the Snow? That's the question. I mean, if this was a Shambling Ghast... Sure. Let's see. We can always fetch like a... I guess, yeah. I guess we just take the block now before the Kumano flips and we lose the value. Yeah. We can get Environmental Sciences, another land. That's just absolutely terrible. Okay. Yeah, the problem with Blood on the Snow is that even if we wiped our board, they can just follow up with a haster and just go from there, right? Yeah, we definitely should have not kept this hand. Oh, an Angel Fire Ignition? Jeez. Okay. Since when do they run Angel Fire Ignition? That makes 0 sense. Okay, we get rid of that, I guess. Your Valorous stance makes no sense, opponent. I thought it was a Valorous stance. Alright, well at least we can do something with this Meat Hook Massacre here. Now they might have a Valorous stance, right? Really? Sure. Yep. Indestructible means nothing against Meat Hook Massacre. Nice. GG's. That was easy. Oh man. Huh. Grasp, Long Reach, and Blood on the Snow. This isn't keepable. This isn't a hand that you can win games with. Seriously, even if you have the lands. I don't care. I'm not gonna keep a hand like this. I'm gonna try to find my ideal hand, which would happen to have a turn 1 play. Yes. Yeah, this is very keepable for me actually. Take the Grasp out. Can make some plays with the Shambling Ghast and Felstinger here. Shambling Ghast always goes first for the sake of mana making. So World Tree. Oh, nice. Okay. I'm happy that we have 3 lands. We have Felstinger, we have Invoke Despair for card draw. It's pretty good. Fable of the Mirror Breaker, sure. I'd trade with the Shaman all day, but they do need the Shaman to ramp if they're a slow deck like that. What's it gonna be, opponent? What is it going to be? Of course you're not gonna trade. Alright. Let's see. They can have a board wipe, right? It's a possibility. But at least next turn our Invoke Despair is going to put in work. Getting rid of Fable. Ooh. They're playing Angels or Giada and Wandering Emperor? What are you doing, opponent? They gain life, sure. I mean, they have to block now, right? If they have Cosmos Elixir. Yep. No Shaman, no Fable. And you're losing life. Pretty good for me. But they're playing a weird, like, Naya pile, or just like an Angels pile with World Tree. Okay. Sounds good. So what do we do now? One, two, and then 1, 2, 3. Sure. Yeah. Of course. I want you to trade that so I can do this. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Let them discard. And then we're gonna Necrotic Fumes the Valkyrie. It's a must. Okay. So far so good. We still have a lot to go. Have Meat Hook. Alright, so they fixed their mana. Joffrey. It's a Joffrey deck. Nice. Why didn't I think of that? But it's a bad Joffrey deck. Very, very bad Joffrey deck. Can't let Joffrey survive, right? Have 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's not enough. See if they want to block here. Of course they don't. Sure. So I'm gonna do this. We're gonna get the Felstinger back to sacrifice itself. We do need to draw 2 lands. That sucks. But I guess we have a follow-up with the Hive. They're down to 1 card. Maskwood Nexus. Okay. Alright, we have to raise that Cosmos Elixir somehow. That's pretty good. 5, 6, yeah. It's very good for me, actually. They are going to gain life and make, I guess, these changelings. They do have the mana for the changelings. Loath is pretty good here. Okay. You gotta play the Eye Twitch to block these changelings, right? Sooner or later, we're gonna have to raise those. Interesting pile so far. They're playing more than 1 color, actually. Okay. So Loath or Invoke Despair? I have 6, 7, 8. Okay. Let's take the draw. I'm hoping that we can find like a Deadly Dispute or something like that. Blood in the Snow. I mean, we have to keep that. Right? Alright. That Cosmos Elixir is like the most annoying thing on the ladder, to be honest. But it's okay. Pretty sure we can turn out the aggression here. I'm pretty sure we're not going to lose to that deck. Very, very certain. Okay. So far so good. They make another changeling. Not that it really matters, but their top decks are going to be scary because they have a lot of mana. But they have been screwed with the mana. I'm pretty sure they're playing a high land count, and it's for a very good reason anyway, because they're playing 5 colors. It seems like 5 colors. Well, 4 colors, right? We haven't seen a actually. Yeah. So I'm doing that so that we can continue to make spiders with Loath. Eventually, I guess we can just ultimate the Onyx and win that way. Yeah. I guess we're gonna go for the yeah, we're gonna go for the Invoke Despair here, I think. I think they're successfully winning the race, but let's see. Yeah, this is going to be hurtful here. I'm gonna play another Eye Twitch here as well. That's pretty good. Okay. Can play another Invoke Despair, which is pretty good. I think that's game actually. Right? With the drain? Yeah. GG's. Wow. So even though they can stall, it doesn't really matter that much. GG's opponent. Nice. That was pretty good. Alright, that's a hand. Okay. Let's see. And I hate the fact that we're drawing a lot of lands with Deadly Dispute, right? We are going to, you'll see. But you have to run 25 lands to unlock this deck. Okay. He gave us an Apparition. That's pretty good, yeah, because they're playing a lot of basics. Sure. So Celesnia so far is all we know. Let's see what they want to do. A lot of critters, which are pretty bad for our opponent. Because we can get value off of them, right? Trelisara, sure. Yeah, so that's their game plan. Can easily deal with that. They're not going to want to attack. I'll definitely block. Sure. That's pretty good, I guess. Let's see. So they either kill their engine or kill their payoff. That's what they do. It's either the engine or the payoff. Of course it's the engine. Well, that's a pretty decent draw. Alright, they're down to 13. Like, I feel like decks like these get farmed easily. They get farmed so easily here. Yeah, that's GG's. Hey, Blood Chief starts this game usually. Gonna play an Acquisitions Expert here again. They easily get farmed by mono black. Yeah, no white source, nothing. Terrible mana, terrible cards. Yeah, just terrible all around. Yeah, good game. Nice. Okay. Bad hand, but we'll try it. Bad because we don't have like sacrifice cards, right? Like Fell Stinger, Deadly Dispute. It's just the amount of digging that you do with this deck is what makes it successful. Like the amount of value you get. Without these cards, mono black would not be a thing. I think without Deadly Dispute, mono black certainly cannot be as successful as it is today, or as it was at least. Mono black has been a very successful deck mainly because of the amount of value that you can generate. See? So this is what I'm going to do here. Actually, let's attack first. See if they want to take the block. Probably won't, sure. What I'm going to do here is kill the Generous Visitor. Yeah, their mana's terrible so far, so you had to play that tapped. Yeah. And we're gonna pass here. We have Soul Shatter for next turn, so. And these decks can get farmed all day, right? It's very hard to beat a mono black deck. The only thing that would be kind of close to beat it is like a Devastating Mastery, a Zorius, you know, control. Control decks kind of feed off of like mid-range lists, but even then it's pretty hard. Alright, so we're gonna play an iTwitch here and just pass. We always gotta do things on their turn, right? See what they offer, see what we can do about it too. I'll tell you what though, like a Hallowed Haunting would be pretty bad. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Yeah, of course it's not gonna happen. What do you expect? So for me, I think it's either Mascot Exhibition or Confront the Past. But I think let's just get the... Yeah, Mascot Exhibition would be a thing for me here. We're going to be at 6 mana next turn, so... Yeah, and we are drawing a ton of cards, of course. I mean, a ton of lands. It's a daily thing in Magic. Yeah, Weaver of Harmony is not going to do anything with the Circle of Confinement here, opponent. So might as well deal your 2 damage. Virtuoso. Okay. They're playing Virtuoso. Yeah, Ghast, pass, sure. So we have the perfect answer to their deck, or at least a answer to their deck in the form of Invoke Despair. Commune of Spirits is okay. Yeah. We have Invoke Despair, 4 of actually, that we always somehow struggle to find. Let's see what they want to do. Last thing I want for them is to copy their Throne of Might and draw 2 cards, right? So it's either they get rid of the Virtuoso, but they have to, yeah, we're forcing their hand this way. Okay, so they're forcing me to use a Blood on the Snow here. Okay. What else, opponent? A Rune of Sustenance might, you know, be really annoying for us, but... Let's see. Man, it doesn't seem like we ever draw our Planeswalkers or anything, right? No Tier Grid, nothing. Raffine's Guidance, sure. +1. Yeah, they're going to deal a significant amount of damage this turn, but then that's it. Okay, opponent. Yeah, we're going to Blood on the Snow anyway, I think. So it doesn't really matter. Let them invest. It's just a terrible investment for them. Sure. Yeah. Gonna get an iTwitch here. See what they got. Probably go for the Mascot Exhibition next turn. Yeah, they're down to 1 card in hand. Yeah, pretty terrible so far. Okay. We'll go from there, I guess. So far, so good. I guess, you know, Mascot Exhibition can close out a game pretty quickly if they don't have removal or at least a form of board presence. They drew a land, they have 1 card in hand. Let's see what they got. I mean, they want to use the Raffine's Guidance. What do you want to do, opponent? What do you want to do? I guess they're just highlighting them. Loth is fire here. Loth is just insane here. Okay. Loath is like the insult to injury. Oh man. Okay, well, GG's opponent. I think if they don't run something weird like a Farewell or a Doomscar in a creature deck like a lot of those lower level players do, then they just can't really survive this. So I'm just waiting for them to concede at this moment. Yeah, they're gonna top deck something, probably like what? Creature into Rune of Sustenance, giving them a tiny bit of hope. That's about it. Cameo of Transience is just not gonna do it. Yeah, Rathian's Guidance, sure. And then what? 2 mana, remove something. It's not gonna matter that much. See what they have. They might have a smart combat trick, like something with, who knows, like lifelink. But even then, is it really going to save them? They're really trying to assign blockers here. Let them try. Let them try. Yeah, so far the deck has been performing really well. Yeah, GG's. Really, really well. Nice.